Speaker, is informing the policy itself and informing the public. The public have a right to information. Article 35, subsection 2 of our Constitution says clearly that the public is entitled to information. Even if this information is kept by the state, the public needs to be given this information. The best way to get information which is accurate for the state, I mean for the community or for the public, is to be able to predict even what might happen in the future. So climate change, remote sensing, satellite backed sensing is very, very important for us. It will help us shape government policies in the future. It will help the public to be able to understand what basically happens. It will help us to encourage what kind of actions that needs to be taken in the changing circumstances of greenhouse gases. How then, Honourable Speaker, can climate be monitored? I'll take 1 minute to address this particular issue. The ground-based monitoring of climate basically involves looking at what factors change, like the temperature itself, the precipitation, the pressure, the wind, the direction of the wind, and so on and so forth. Long-term data basically helps us to look at, to provide crucial information and insights that help us to do historical trends, develop historical trends, and also develop future long-term projection. And these future long-term projections basically input into our planning so that we are secure in terms of climate. Honourable Speaker, there are some observations that we can make if we are organized as a country and in view of this satellite-based climate change monitoring. One of them is the observations of the ocean itself. If you go to the ocean, Honourable Speaker, there are certain things that we are able to see. First of all, we are able to see, we are able to know that oceans absorb heat. So oceans become warm. When an ocean gets warm, the predictors of the weather will tell you there is likely to be huge precipitation because the water will have evaporated and then clouds will form and then rain will fall. So we can be able to prepare ourselves in view of getting that information. The other issue we can see is also the changing levels of the sea. Seas normally increase because ice has melted in parts of the world which are ice-capped or which are snow-capped, and therefore that water goes into the ocean and the ocean levels rise. In some parts of this world, Honourable Speaker, you realize that it is evident you will have more highlands at certain times of the year and fewer highlands at some other times of the year. There are fewer highlands because ice has melted, the sea has risen, and some highlands have been submerged. In other times of the year, the water has evaporated, the sea has gone down, and some islands emerge. The Philippines is a classical example of this particular scenario. Honourable Speaker, satellite monitoring is key because it also captures the orbiting of the Earth. In other words, it captures data across the time and space in different parts of the world. So we'll be able to know as the Earth rotates, then we'll be able to get in each part of the world, do we have forests? How are these forests interacting with the surrounding? Where do we have ice sheets? Where do we have other atmospheric gas concentrations of various nature? The final issue that I want to bring in is the issue of computer modeling. Computer modeling is key because it helps us replicate intricate processes in our climate system patterns. We are able to get information, get it through the computer, and be able to get this particular information. Honourable Speaker, my time is going very fast, but I wanted to address one small issue. You can give me 1 minute. The issue of satellite remote sensing and sensing technology and how it works, because it is important for the student to understand how does this work. Honourable Speaker, providing this particular multi-system information of the atmosphere, the Earth surface, and the subsurface of the Earth helps.
I give you 1 minute. Honourable Mutunga.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for that 1 minute you've given me. It has been recognized that that this information is actually indispensable. We are able to observe methods of dispensation, particularly due to the capability to provide timely and dynamic spatio-temporal information. Spatio-temporal in this case is information in time and space. So we're able to get to know what basically happens. The other thing that satellite remote sensing can do is detect the information in many different variables at the same time. We can collect information on clouds, we can collect information on